It was almost 3 months ago when the word coronavirus first moved into world consciousness. Then on January the 30th, the first recorded transmission person to person of this new strain of virus happened. February 20th, the first death in the U.S. And then on March the 1st, Governor Ron DeSantis declared a public health emergency in the state of Florida. What seemed so far away then was now all around us. Schools began to close, businesses limited interaction, and everyone was urged to practice social distancing to keep from further spreading the virus, especially to those who would be most vulnerable. You know, the information has seemed to change weekly and then daily, and now it seems to change multiple times a day. Like I did, you may be thinking, well, how are we supposed to make plans and organize our life in the midst of all this chaos? My friend Dwight Gunner said it this way: God is not wringing his hands, and he's not in despair, nor is he confused about what to do next. He is the Lord of all. He is not bound by social distancing guidelines, even though we have to be these days, because he sent the Holy Spirit, our counselor, to be with us and be near us always, even in the days of the coronavirus. Thanks be to God. Well, on Sunday, March the 15th, we met for morning worship here in this sanctuary with precautions taken to maintain a healthy environment and with the provision that anyone uncomfortable with gathering or showing any symptoms of the illness should remain at home. Well, then this week, the recommended limit on gatherings from the Center of Disease Control was further reduced, and our pastoral staff began to discuss strategies to continue to serve our people, but in ways that would protect you and care for you during this challenging time. Well, then word came from our district office that we respond positively to those guidelines by not holding any gatherings larger than 10 people for the next 2 weeks. So the decision was made that our Sunday celebration services on March the 22nd and March the 29th, along with any group meetings during the week of March 23rd and the week of March 30th, be canceled. We hope to gather again as a congregation on April 5th, Palm Sunday, and we'll keep you informed if that changes. But let me assure you this: the church will still be the church. We'll continue to pray for each other and gather as possible with family members and friends in small groups to read the Word, to share our faith. We can use our phones and our computers to continue to encourage each other. And we can use our smiles as we pass our neighbors in our streets or in the shops to express our love and care. The church office will remain open each day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 3:30 p.m. The staff will be in the office as much as possible and try to be as much as possible out among you to help with any urgent needs, just as you do the same for each other. You know, on Sunday, 10:30 a.m., though, we do want to post a time of music and Bible study on our website and our Facebook page so we can still gather by cyber means. And there'll be more information coming about that. Again, even sitting in this empty sanctuary, I long to be with you. And we'll just have to believe and trust and envision that we are together as the Bible study and the music goes out over the internet. Pastor Steve Estep, a Nazarene pastor friend in Marion, Ohio, brought a word of hope to me this week. He said that while the world is in a frenzy over a virus, Jesus says, "Fear not." While the world is in a panic, the peace of Christ can be with you. While the world has gone into an extreme mode of self-preservation, the selfless Christ calls us to the work of restoration. And while the world is turning every other human into a threat to be avoided, we will treat every other human as a life to be loved. Times of crisis, the church is at its best, using opportunities such as these to discover new ways to love and to serve each other. Times of crisis don't cripple us, folks. Remember in the history of our church how many times crises became the times when we stepped up, when we united together for His glory. May this be a time we will long remember in the history of our church, as our vision for 2020 unfolds in even a better way, for us to connect our world with the love of Christ, one person at a time. May that become a reality over the coming days and perhaps even weeks. This is your pastor, Bruce Oldham. I'm so happy and honored to be your pastor, and I pray for you that the Lord will continue to bless you during these days.